Good morning. Hey, I want to take just a couple minutes to talk about the first 5 minutes of your interaction with your customer. Okay. First and foremost, you need to be prepared. Have your paperwork ready to go. Have your brochures, anything you're going to have them ready in your hand. Like I always pass out a brochure as soon as I get there, while I have it in my hand. So as I'm talking to the customer, walking around the house, so I can set the agenda and let them start looking at our product. So that first 5 minutes is critical. They always say that you got about 30 seconds to make a good first impression. Okay. I would have to agree with that. So let's talk about what's a good impression. Number one, show up on time, not late. If you're going to be 5 minutes late, you pick up the phone, you call them, and you let them know you're going to be a couple minutes late. You'll be 20 minutes late, you let them know. I mean, you got to communicate with the customer so they know that you care enough about them. Because if you don't care enough about them to treat them with respect, why in the heck should they treat you with respect? Second thing, make sure the car's clean. All right. Make sure you're presentable. You don't have stains on your shirt or you're not looking sloppy. Somebody who looks sloppy gives the impression that they don't give a rip about what they do. If you're going to be paid like a professional, you're going to have to act like a professional. And so what that means is making sure that you're cleaned up, making sure that you're shaved, making sure that you are representing Leaf Filter. And when you're walking into somebody's house and you're saying, hey, look, in the next 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to ask these people for about $10,000 and they've just met you. Trust and that first impression is everything. So you've got to establish that. Okay, so you're there, you're on time, you're cleaned up, you look good, you make a proper introduction, you have a good handshake. And when I say a good handshake, I mean a firm handshake. You're not trying to break somebody's hand. You don't want to limp wrist it either. All right, especially if it's a guy. Now, if it's a woman, you want to take her hand gently, but at the same time, you've got to sense what type of lady you're dealing with. Now, with a guy, this is not a size and strength competition. This is simply a firm handshake to say, hey, I'm here. Okay. Now, look him in the eyes. When you get out of that car and you start walking up to him, if you're looking at the ground or looking off somewhere else and you say hello, you have just destroyed credibility. Look them in the eye with confidence and let them know, hey, I'm here. All right. Once you've introduced yourself, okay, and one of the first things that I say when I get there is, so Mr. Smith, why am I here? Why did you call me out here today? Obviously, you're busy and everything else, but something here is bothering you. Show me what's bothering you. Show me what's going on. And let him walk you around and show you some of the things that are bothering him. All right? Now that I always tell my customers, listen, I'm going to do an inspection as I go through here. I'm going to try to look for the different things, areas of trouble. I do this every day, but while I'm doing that, let me give you this brochure, okay? And I hand them the brochure and I let them kind of head back into the house. But the most important thing I'm doing here is I'm setting some expectations, all right? If they want to travel around with me, I can show them what I'm seeing. If they don't want to travel and want to get out of heat, that's fine too. I'm going to take pictures. And then when I sit down, I'm going to show them what I found in that inspection. But what I'm doing most importantly is I'm setting the agenda, okay? I'm letting them know, hey, I'm going to need 15, 20 minutes of your time when I'm done. What I'll do is I'm going to hand you this booklet. Why don't you read that? That'll help things go a little bit faster. And what I'll do is I'll make this quick inspection. I'll take my measurements, take a few pictures, put the numbers together, but I'm going to need 15, 20 minutes where you and your husband and I can sit down and we can talk about this project, okay? As they walk away, now get after it. Get your stuff done, okay? I very, very often pre-measure and have everything drawn up ahead of time based off of Google Earth, okay? I love to use the iPad because I can make quick adjustments on that. But what I'm trying to tell you is the faster you can get in the house, the more professional you look. The cleaner your paperwork, the more professional you can look. Everything that you're doing has got to signal to that customer that you know what you're doing and that you're professional. So that's my whole thing on that first 5 minutes of the presentation.